The defense of duress is basically an admission that you did something wrong. Duress is a defense that you might be able to use in a situation where the evidence is strong, there's no good evidence of misidentification or lack of proof. Basically what it means is that if you committed a crime and you were either threatened or a loved one was threatened with serious physical harm or death, you can be excused for committing that crime. So first, you have to raise the evidence at trial. There's got to be some evidence of that. And once you do, credibly, the prosecutor actually has to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that no evidence of duress actually occurred, or that you could have left the situation, or that a reasonable person in your situation would not have felt threatened, that the threat wasn't credible, that you could have reported it without getting hurt or without your loved one getting hurt. But they have to prove that beyond a reasonable doubt. So if somebody threatens you and says, hey, I'm going to beat you up or I'm going to kill you if you don't do a crime, it depends on the context. The situations really vary case to case. If it's a credible threat, depends on who it comes from, depends on how it was communicated, how a reasonable person might interpret that, whether the person really meant what they said, whether it appeared that they did, whether they could have followed through with their threat credibly, or whether it was made in jest. Also, you can't get the duress defense if you voluntarily put yourself in a situation in a criminal enterprise, meaning if you voluntarily joined a gang and then somebody in the gang had coerced you to commit a crime, you've already, under the law, put yourself in that position, and so you're not able to avail yourself to the duress defense. But it does apply in a lot of cases where somebody who wasn't going to commit the crime, wasn't inclined to commit a crime, was threatened, a loved one was threatened, and they did commit the crime, but it was only to protect themselves or their loved ones. They may be excused for committing the crime.